Now that we've got the button and we've got its up state, its over state and its click state, we're now going to get it to navigate to that second scene. Now we wanted to go to frame 1 on this rooms scene. So let's go back to home, click the button, and we're going to use code snippets. Now code snippets are built-in ActionScript coding. If I click on this, there's some built-in ActionScript coding, and it's timeline navigation I wanted to do. And I wanted to go and play at a particular frame. There are other ones that we want, but the go to and stop is one particular one that's very useful, which we'll use later. And go to and play is this one, because what I wanted to do is go off to rooms and play its timeline until it's told to stop by that command we put in earlier. So let's go back to home and make sure we're on the buttons layer and click on buttons. And then I'm going to just double click on go to frame and play. Now, one thing I have done, you'll get an error if you haven't given what's called an instance name. I'll leave that and just let's double click on that. It'll say the selected symbol requires an instance name. Instance name is what ActionScript coding is going to call it. Now, it makes sense for me to call it exactly the same as what Animate has seen, but ActionScript side of the program needs to know what to call it. So I'm going to call it rooms_BT rather than ActionScript, Animate add its own default name for me. So there we are, rooms_BT, we'll call it that. So now make sure we're on the buttons layer. I prefer to go to window and actions and bring that up as well, but it makes the screen a little bit congested here. But let's go and have a look. Let's just check that action is going on the buttons layer frame 1, and that's exactly where I wanted to go. So let's now double click, and there we are. We now get the coding coming in, and it says rooms_BT add event listener, which means it's listening out for events such as keyboard presses or a mouse move. And there we are, we're looking for a mouse event called click. Now that's different to right hand click, left click, wheel scroll, hover over, drag an item. So what we're looking for is mouse click, and it's going to do F1, and then it's going to say go to and play 5. Now what I wanted to do is actually play frame 1 and put quotation marks, and I'm going to put rooms. So I wanted to play rooms. Let me just check I've used lowercase yet, rooms, because you get an error if you put uppercase and not the same case. So go to and play a frame, and so we can save that. And now I'll get rid of code snippets just for now. So let's go and have a look at this. Don't test scene, because otherwise it doesn't load up the second scene. So either test or test movie will do. So I'm going to test, and then you can see drag over, and there we are, press, and there we are, off it goes to the second scene, and the second scene timeline is now running.